Okay, y'all. Married to Madison. Look, look, I am knocking these videos out. I have this week I plan on reading a book and doing a book review to go with the movie. And next week is Beyonce. So I'm going to do the Beyonce movie review with my concert photos, since I didn't do a concert review. And yeah, but anyway, so when I come, I'm leaving to go to um, New Mexico. So on Friday or Saturday, I'll probably do the videos, probably Saturday. So then I'll have another Love and Marriage Huntsville, another Bell Collective, and and another Salt Lake City. So I'm back to 4 videos. Oh God. And a book review. I should come back and do more Apple TV videos. So I probably will do that too. Some season reviews on what to watch and some movies. There's some new movies that came out, and kind of do some interesting little reviews on Apple TV stuff, since I haven't done that in a while. But anyway, I'm saying all that because Marriage to Medicine, this episode wasn't all that much. Latoya and Phaedra, they help with the wedding dress. Oh, wait, no, that's not how this starts. That is not how that starts. I actually had notes someplace else. Okay. That's not how that starts. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to skip to the next one. And because I got to go and pull out my notes for the other one. So, Phaedra is with her kids just as much as Latoya is with her kids. Jackie and Simone have lunch, and they're having a conversation, on some of the struggles of being a gynecologist, especially when it's like, I'm having a yeast infection, and then they come and find out it's a STD. Sweet tea. They talk about sweet tea, and Jackie's like, how she calls her NutraSweet. Um, Simone's like, she's struggling, she needs an assistant, and she's like, assistant for what? Okay. Jackie's my sorority sister, right? Here's the thing. I would say the same thing that Jackie is saying, but I'm gonna put it in another way. Um, Sweet Tea is overwhelmed, and I don't get it, but I will say that I love how she's like, "We'll have a life coach." Smells like she doesn't got time for no life coach. So Simone's like, y'all need to rise to the occasion. Now, I have seen people comment about how older generations of women are talking, are critical of younger people, and wants people to be in the same kind of struggle that they're dealing with. I don't think that's fair. I think it's actually more of Sweet Tea sought this man out, slid into the DMs and said, I can give you what you want, which is a baby, right? And you had no understanding of what it would be like to date a man who wants a domesticated woman. Doesn't matter what you have going on. He wants you to cook and clean. And let me explain something to you, sweetie. If you have this baby, which you better have this baby, and I'm going to explain why you better have this baby. You are going to take all responsibility of raising this child. You're going to be the one to pick up the baby all the time. You're going to be the one watching the baby all the time. You're going to be taking the kid to and from school. You are going to be Latoya. So you're not going to be able to keep this job unless you, out of your money, hires a nanny. I'm just letting you know that having a baby by this man is not going to go the way you think it's going to go because he's stingy. He is not who you thought. This is what's so fascinating about women. You were able to watch how this man was on television. And for whatever reason, you thought that he would be doing you differently than if he was with Joe Blow down the street. And what you don't realize is that you are not going to be treated differently than Joe Blow down the street. You're going to be treated, you know how you're going to be treated? Like Joe Blow. The same way he treated Quad is the same way he's going to treat you because he did not do the work into therapy and to realize how much of a better man he can be because he doesn't think he's the problem. He thinks Quad was the problem when both of them could be the problem. So I don't feel sympathetic for Sweetie. I think she's naive. I think she's very young-minded. I cannot believe she's 35 years old. I think she acts like a 20-year-old. And so Heavenly and Sweetie go out and she begins to proceed to talk about how controlling she is. And Heavenly's like, huh, you sound just like Quad. And then she even says, Quad was right about him. Really? And then he talks about how he lied about the fact that he had robbers in the house. And in order to teach her a lesson about setting the alarm, she's like, I'm not your child. I am your wife. You don't need to teach me a lesson. Ma'am, you are 35 with someone who is 23 years older. He could be your father. I just want you to realize that when you date somebody who could be your daddy, he is going to parent you. And the fact that you are going to be with somebody who is old enough to be your father and he is not taking full responsibility of you and you're actually literally paying something for the house, you shouldn't be paying the housekeeper. That should be him. But I want you to look at this. The fact that you're paying the housekeeper is because he thinks that is your job. He's not going to pay the housekeeper because that is your job. So when you have this baby, if you need a nanny, that's going to be you paying for the nanny. You need to watch out. But who am I? Granted, I'm not that much older than you, but it feels like I am 20 years older than you because you act like a freaking kid. Girl, grow up. I must keep saying that. So Simone and Cecil are out with Miles and Michael. I was confused. So Miles is back at Georgia State. He's living at the house. Simone and Cecil thought they were going to be independent, but that, with no kids, it looked like that ain't happening. Michael, I could have sworn they dropped him off at a 4-year institution. Somehow he went from the 4-year to go play basketball at the 2-year. And now who knows where he's going to end up when he transfers to the 4-year. And Simone's like, where do you think he's going to live? He's like, back at the house. She's like, oh, we are babying them. He's like, Cecil's already thinking, well, we can buy an investment property and y'all can live in the investment property. She's like, look, y'all need a job. And at this rate, home dude's 25. They taking the scenic route when it comes to college. They need a swift kick in the behind because at this rate, it's going to be 30 before they actually begin to start working in a career. You thought I was doing at 25? I was a professor. I was building my retirement. I'm trying not to judge. Heavenly and Damon, Heavenly and Damon are talking about trying to convince their daughter to not go away for college. Ma'am, y'all talking about the weather being different. There's no wind in Florida. There was no wind. There were no hurricanes in Florida 20 years ago. Y'all lying. Y'all lying. I just want you to know this. Talking about, did y'all party in college? Damon was a Q. Point to me a Q that didn't party. Just trying to figure this out. You can show me a Q that didn't party. Okay. So the Eugene and his sons were shopping and he was trying to get them to talk and ask questions. And he was trying to say that we need to bond more as father and son, which I love this whole moment. And they started asking a lot of questions about periods and tampons. And here's Eugene. Well, I'm glad that they asked me about menses anyway, because I could tell them more. And I'm like, I love how you gonna pull out medical terminology. But I did feel like you should have said that women have all these eggs and each fallopian tube releases an egg. Like, I feel like you could have done a little bit better here, but I'm gonna let it go. Simone and Cecil are in the house and she's like, so what do y'all plan on doing? He's like, we're gonna have the what is it called? The party bus and and so Simone's like, okay, so you're lying. So the bachelor party, okay, I'm gonna go through the bachelor party first and then go to the bachelorette party. The bachelor party, this is what kind of annoyed me. Everybody goes to Cecil's house and the toast. See, the toast. Gregory says about, him getting married and he's lifting it up and he's talking about and developing into family. I was like, who says that is a toast? So what happens if she can't get pregnant? I mean, I have such a big problem with this woman. Elizabeth is the kind of woman that you can look at me strong and I pop up pregnant. Me and my husband, you can look at me really strong. So thank God I was on contraception before him, because I probably would have been out here with a bunch of kids. I didn't have that much sex. But my point is that I am a fertile person. And the concept that I would slide into somebody's DMs and be like, yeah, I can give you a baby. Who would do this? Like, that is not even a conversation. Like, I'm pretty, I can give you what you need. I can, do, like all of these other things. Having a baby is not top five things on the list of what I can do for you. And the thing that bothers me about her even doing that is because you may not know if you can do it. She knew she couldn't do it, that she would have a hard time getting pregnant anyway. She knew that when she slid into his DMs doing that. So I don't think it's deceptive. But I am going to say that you better get pregnant. Because do you think he's going to stay with you? I don't think that you should get pregnant. But if you're trying to keep him, I hope you have a prenup. Well, actually, I hope you don't have a prenup because this is gonna be a problem. He said he's gonna have a prenup. I wonder if that they're gonna show the tension about signing the prenup. I just think it's crazy. I think the whole thing was crazy. Anyway, the rules were for Curtis, don't touch. Well, he violated that. Technically, the woman was sitting in his lap. He was doing way too much, but I don't think I'd want to see this. Greg was inviting strippers to the wedding. What's so funny is that Sweet Tea was like, oh, I'm sure he's doing nothing. He's so conservative. This man was about to lose his head. He lost his mind. And frankly, the fact that he said, if I pull my pants down, they ain't coming back up. Sir, what? He's not that conservative, ma'am. Not that conservative at all. Inviting strippers to the wedding, and Eugene's like, no. He goes, I can invite whoever I want to. He's like, no, you cannot. This is not, this is not the spot that you can do this. Heavenly, okay, so now we go to the bachelorette party. Greg has lost his mind. Bachelorette party, Heavenly is hilarious. She walks in the door. She's like, I am a woman of God. I am married. And he's like, look, you old enough to be my son. I feel like, see, Heather, Heavenly so far, usually she's annoys me a little bit, but Heavenly is someone that I would hang out with because she is hilarious. This season, she is saying everything I want to say. Simone's like, so will Greg carry you over the threshold like that? I was like, oh my God, y'all are so shady. Um, she gets a phone call about how it's going from the wedding planner, it's going to be an extra $13,000. And her sister actually didn't say anything wrong, but she freaks out on her sister. She does this whole running away and she's going this whole, and everybody's like, what? Like, nothing warranted that response. So while she's in the bathroom, Heather's like, look, y'all shouldn't be getting married. This wedding's happening too fast. It's rushed. Y'all don't really know each other. This is stupid. And honestly, I would not say this, but she's not lying. Simone's like, this is so shady for you to say this 2 days before the wedding. I'm like, look, this is a sign. And Simone's like, look, I'd cancel the wedding. I am not paying an additional $13,000 for no wedding. And I know that y'all were cool with Phaedra coming along. I don't like Phaedra. I never liked Phaedra. Phaedra is a liar, a manipulator. The truth ain't in her. And the fact that Phaedra brings Quad up with not telling anybody and then has the audacity to be like, to justify it. So Quad and luckily Sweet Tea were cool about it. And Toya goes clear off. I'm not mad at Toya for this. I know there's some people have been saying that it's not cool how Toya reacted, but actually, I kind of dig how Toya reacted. She's like, wait a second. You told us that we can't, you went off on us that we were mentioning Quad, and now all of a sudden, you let this chick go to come to your bachelorette party. First of all, Phaedra shouldn't have invited her. You shake her hand and you let her sit next to you. Like, what the hell? I actually am here for that response because it's an honest response. And I also two things can be true. I would not like Quad at all, especially after her saying that I was involved in a break-in into somebody else's house in my neighborhood. Like I thought, and then also accusing me of sleeping around on Eugene. Look, I get it. I wouldn't like the chick either. But um I wouldn't like her. I'm there for it. I actually agree. Don't like her. So, you know, but also Latoya has a point. You went off on us and now you cool. Figure this out. So anyway, with that being said, have a great rest of your day.